So what I've done, I've just benchmarked this part of the video because I feel this is really important for you, that will help. So share screen for me. And it's just something I do more or less every single thing. So the easy way to backdate old blog posts in WordPress is to use a quick edit. So you've got the quick edit there. There's your tags. Control and A, Control and C. Cancel. Quick edit on that. Paste.
Yeah. Okay.
So in yours, your tags, you haven't got any tags at all. You've got the categories right because you've got, blogs. So for this one, blog, case study, freelance SEO. This one's about ChatGPT. So I've got ChatGPT, my tags there, which goes in with that evergreen article. Blah, 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 how much homepage, all SEO company. These are the kind of things that definitely would be bulk uploaded and changed for you, would make a difference. So that once you've done that, that is where you go back to your search console, and then you would resubmit. Now in my sitemaps, post tag sitemap, so I've generated that one. So what you've just seen there is my post tags. So once you start adding these, this is actually going to swell the pagination of your website, because if you haven't had new ones on before, it's actually going to add a new URL. So at the minute you're 4,500 pagination, 4,100. This is going to drastically increase if you start adding your tags in your categories.
Okay.
So you can add also your different categories. So you've got that. So if you add the internal linking and also utilize your H1 headers as well. I ranked a 10-page website. This is, you're going to cry now because I know that developers cry a lot in terms of when they see an SEO blog post. So this is the lady's blog post here, the Puppy Blues. The URL says the Puppy Blues. It doesn't actually say anything about dog training. So I know that she's in Frimley, Camberley and Surrey. So the URL is puppy training with that. And then look at this. This is where you're going to start. That's the H1, H2, common puppy behavior, all of the semantic keywords, toilet training. And also what we haven't talked about is video SEO. What's your channel on YouTube?
I haven't gone in for it at all yet. I haven't put anything up. Right,
so that's an important thing. Google created and incorporated video SEO in terms of Search Console only about maybe Christmas. Okay. So 4 months ago. Since 2011, I've been embedding videos on more or less every single one of my blog posts and more or less every single one of the people that are hiring me to work for. Because Google owns YouTube, you're going to get the same ranking capabilities in YouTube as you are in anything else. So I've got 2 there, look. That's on the 3 there, look.
Is it a ranking factor for your website as well?
It is. It's a very strong ranking signal. 15 years ago, when I was a baby SEO, I figured out accidentally that if you put a video on someone's homepage of their website, they would automatically go to Google page 1 100% of the time the next day.
Right.
So even if you've got one that will be towards the bottom of your homepage, that is going to be a ranking signal. But you've got to utilize the hashtags. You've got to utilize the link back to your website. So just to say with this one,
I got back into teaching. Gotcha. And how many people were coming up to me? Literally, I've had.
So inside the description, and again, this is it, film 2020. The hashtags weren't really in play back then.
Okay.
So with your YouTube SEO, make sure to link back to your category, not just your homepage. Link back to what. So again, this goes back to internal linking, which goes, and if you can, have the same landing linking that you've got the video on that's on YouTube, which I have.
Yeah.
Which is that one. And again, it completes the circle of life. So I know that you're not getting the right answer today where I've just gone, oh, I've nailed it. It's because of this and it's because of that. And give it a week to go. And then suddenly you're going to get all of your traffic back. In reality, I feel as though that you are missing out on some really important on-page SEO elements. I do really feel convinced that because we've linked the Search Console and analytics today, that is definitely going to help too.
Okay.
Which you should see. Now we've done your sitemaps today, you should see an uptick as soon as Wednesday. Now Wednesday's tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah.
As long as you want to hold that thought for another 2 days, and I know it's horrible and a crippling feeling when you see your rankings tank. I know it is. It's happened to me. My website went offline for 3 days when I was abroad in Paris.
Yeah.
That I would be on Google page 2 by the time I came back home. And that's what happened. And it took me, a couple of months of just refreshing my content, going over some stuff, making sure that Search Console knew that I'd made all of these adjustments in my URL inspector.
Yeah, it's just such a waste of time, isn't it? Because you've done it all before, and then it's just something silly in it.
Yeah, but it's the same as that what you've done before. But there is some really important stuff there that will definitely improve your SEO. I can't believe you. I'm going to use you as a case study in terms of alt tags. When I see this video, look at this spreadsheet of everything. I take my hat off for you. But again, banging off, it's the internal linking, the H2 headers, and I would tweak some of your product. Have you got a global product? I don't know what the word is. Global product rule, whereby all of your wedding invites, for example, that are called blue polka dot. Is there any way that you can assign the H2 to a different portion of your product?
Yeah, we could do that. But I think that I'm not sure if the titles are good yet. But I'm if this year had been exactly the same as last year, I would have been pretty happy.
Yeah.
We had the titles as they are last year, and we were ranked, and I was ranking 1, 2, 3 for my core products. Really happy with it. And I haven't changed those titles, and now I'm not ranking for it. So I'm almost like I'm not even that bothered by the titles. It's I think what you said about refreshing content and resubmitting sitemaps is definitely a good idea. But yeah, I almost don't want to make these changes in case it changes something else.
I understand that, which is why I said if you're going to do something, wait a few days before you do the next thing.
Yeah.
Because what I don't want you to do is think, oh my God, this is a really good idea. I need to action 1, 2, and 3 today. You really, and I'm just sit on your hands, Chris, honestly. Because if you see on Thursday, you go back into Google Search Console and without doing anything, this is what I'm hoping you to do, if you can hold off, is without doing anything, you will know from today's consultation whether it's made a positive difference or not.
Yeah.
If it's not, then there must be some deeper technical issue, but I really cannot see anything that's holding you back technically. Your page speed, everything else like that. You say you cash in, you're a developer, you've got in the good circles. These kind of consultations where I'm speaking to people that do know how to spell Google and are capable of sending me a photograph by email without coaching. These are the people I know that I'm the last resort because they've tried everything else before they've spoken to somebody.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I appreciate, the things that I haven't thought about there are certainly worth I'm going to be doing now, so I appreciate that. And I will I'll be looking at the reports, or not the reports, putting together, having a play around on analytics now and see if I can't.
Right, okay, so let me just summarize then in order of things to do, in order of priority.
Yep.
So I'm just going to throw down here, so it could be, and then look at WordPress. So this would be the, for example, the post tag sitemap. In terms of duplicate content, it is not a bad thing to add a small amount of duplicate content. You'll find with e-commerce websites, I've got a cleaning company, and they say, we sell Henry Hoovers, we sell this, we sell that. And they've copied and pasted it at the bottom of every single one of their products.
Yeah.
In their consultation, they said, is this bad? I asked the old bolding guys that I know, I've asked people on Twitter, I've gone through, and John Mueller came across not too long ago, probably pandemic, maybe a little bit before. He said, if you have created a piece of unique content which is not on any other website, so it's only applicable to your domain, it doesn't matter that you will be portioning, copy and pasting of that in your website if you feel it adds value, not in terms of SEO purposes, which it does act for an SEO purpose.
Yeah.
What I'm leading to is that you could have, so some of my blogs have got, at the bottom of the blog, I've got, where would you like to go to next? Would you like to look at how to link Google Search Console and analytics together? And I would provide further linking, but it's at the bottom of the blog.
Right.
Not all of these linking lists are copied and pasted. Probably all of mine are going to be unique because I can take that time to do it. But, you know, in terms of blogs with your internal linking, maybe worthwhile creating a small, that's, you know, just, I know, 70 or 80 words or something, with some internal linking, and updating your blog post as you go along. And in your blog posts as well, is that check, because it's powerful in WordPress, really powerful posts, H2s, multiple, internal linking. We don't need to talk about your alt tags, that's fine. And then the other one would be, oh, before we go, can you please share your screen? We'll go to G4 Analytics.
Oh yeah. Can you see your screen?
Yeah, you're good.
So just go to analytics.
Yeah, and then just swap. So if you, with your mouse at the top left, where you've got all website data, click that drop down box down. You should be able to swap over. Yeah, so it's the second column, and then open.
Oh, I didn't even know that was in. Right, so this is the new.
Yeah,
the
this is the new one. I paid for 2 Udemy courses again in December.
Yeah.
And I haven't even looked at one of them, and they were for tag manager specifically with G4. I just haven't had the chance, or anybody that's asked. So it's much the similar as Universal. So can you, with your gear icon bottom left, can you click that admin for me?
Yeah.
And where you are now in the second one, I want you to scroll down. It's at the very bottom below the fold. And what you're looking for is Search Console link. See, you got it.
Yeah.
And then top right is the blue link. It should auto populate. So choose accounts, utterly printable. Confirm.
Can I link both of them or not? No, just one.
Just one. And then next. So select web stream, should be all. It's,
yeah.
If you just tap it with your if you do that again, tap it with your mouse, that's it. And then next, and then submit. Beautiful.
Okay. Do I need to link my Google Ads or anything like that?
Yeah, speak to your ads guy about that one.
Right, okay.
And while we're here, look, why don't we in fact, we're just running out of time in a sec. You can add your IP address in G4 as well.
Okay.
So if you have a look on the spreadsheet, not the spreadsheet, the document I've sent you in Google.
Yeah.
The instructions there on how to do it are there.
Okay. All right. I'll follow that.
Do that there. So let me just pop back to this. So let's look at WordPress myself. Text, copy and paste, blog tone. Personally, I'd say it's these two that are the most important. And again, I do these couple of days between each other, because if you're going into your back end into Search Console every day, because that's what you do when money's on the line, yeah. I'll argue with myself. I'll probably go with internal linking first, and then extra blog posts. And so this is going to be products and blogs, and add tags, copy and paste. But as I say, I really genuinely sympathize and empathize with you with this. I really do. I understand that maybe today you haven't got the answer that you're hoping for. But the reality is that it's not a knee-jerk thing. You do have to space it out, because if you go through all of these with the next 2 days, so you've got 1, 2, 3, maybe four action items here. If you space these 2 or 3 days apart, you're only talking 2 weeks. If things haven't improved in 2 weeks, then it will be something that's technical.
Yeah, but you can't say anything that's technical, right?
No, not from this session. No. I can't see you. This is why I asking these leading questions at the beginning of the consultation. Is like, I know I can speak to you because you're a developer and I can use jargon. So I know that you would have already gone through the obvious things.
Yeah.
And have you ever needed to have a disavow?
Sorry, as in disavow crap links?
Yeah.
I don't think I think I might have done some, but not really had that many links ever.
No, that's fine. Because that's another thing is that when people see a ranking drop, the first thing they do is hire someone to do a disavow, which is not right. So let's have a look at links. So these links here,
Yeah.
who is cardio?
No idea.
I link at an awful lot of your pages.
Yeah. On the site now.
Is it loaded for you? Oh, there you go.
Oh, strange. So I should spell that.
Yeah, I would. And you've got this one here, which is German. Yeah.
So I should go through and disavow those as well. That will help, will it?
Yeah. So let me just have a look. So luckily you've only got 95. So export Google Sheets.
Can I do it from Google Search Console?
You can, but I've just downloaded the sheets here for you.
Right.
There you go. If you get stuck with that, give me a shout, because I'm a disavowed
Ninja.
yeah, ninja. I was trying to think of something that doesn't big myself up, but I'm really good at that. Right, okie dokie.
Great. Okay, Nina. Well, look, thank you very much for that. I'll go through and I'll get those done. Fingers crossed that has a bit of an impact.
Sorry, say again.
Yeah, fingers crossed that all has a bit of an impact.
It's got to have a positive impact. I'm absolutely certain in this, and if it doesn't, you'll get 2 bars of chocolate in the post. But I will ask about that other thing in Search Console as well.
Okay.
Because that is something that I would need to learn, because no one's asked me that before, and it's a very good question. Chris, I'm going to download the video. It's going to take probably about 40 minutes to render. I'm going to be online most of tonight anyway, so when the link is up, I'll send you a YouTube link. Do you want that to support at or a different email?
Yeah, support at is great. That's fine.
Right, support at is great. All right, lovely. So you'll have the video tonight, I promise.
Great. Thank you very much, Nina.
All right, then, you take care. Bye.
Thanks again. Bye.
Yay.
There we are.
Right, grand stuff. So can you maximize that for me and then head over into Google Analytics?
Yeah, sure thing. So where were we?
There we go. I love working with developers and people. That 98% of my clients don't know how to spell Google. So I offer training at all levels.
Okay.
So we're good with that one. So
So, and talking to developers, sort of on my, oh, you can see my development to-do list here actually. Oh no, screen's closed. Set up GA4 is in it. So we haven't actually got that up and running yet.
No, I linked mine. I got round to it last year.
Okay.
I just didn't have time to start learning new stuff in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah. But so where do you want me to head?
Okay, so I want you to go to the bottom left-hand admin and hit the gear icon. Lovely.
Yeah.
And it's your second menu, second selection, property settings.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've checked this out. We're all good. At the bottom, there's a white grey button called Search Console. Yep, you got it just there. Adjust Search Console.
Adjust Search Console. That one.
Do that one. And then we'll do the same in G4 as well. So click Add. I'm going to open up a new one, then drop that down. So utterly printable. Yeah, printable. Yeah. And then continue and associate.
That is. Oh, that's GA4. Okay.
Yeah. And associate. Okay. I have done this, as you can imagine, thousands of times. And this is based on my case study, is that even just doing this right now is going to help you with your rankings.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just because that they haven't been linked previously, so it's all new. So you're going to be getting emails from Google, and then you're going to get reports from Google, and you're going to say, oh, this structured data snippet is giving it all this, but you know, ignorance is bliss at the minute. You've not got any of these fancy things. Because I've got access to Search Console, I will get the same alert. So if anything just needs attention, I'll give you a shout. Otherwise, you're just free to ignore, or you can just, if you've got time, faff and have a look around and see what you feel. But
okay.
So we're all good with that one. So could you open our Google document? I can see it in the third tab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to grab your IP address for me. Towards the bottom of the first page.
So that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. If you grab that and then pop back to analytics.
Yeah.
Oh, before you, in fact, Chris, sorry, where you are, can you just hit refresh there and hit the blue save button?
Here.
Yeah. It's SEO OCD.
That's it?
Yeah.
Great.
Right, lovely. And then if you can hit the arrow to go back to the three menus, it's the one. It's 2 inches down. There you go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's all right.
Missed it. Oh, well, I'm just looking to be here anyway. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So into view settings. So it's the third column. It's number 5 down, filters. And then add filter at the top left. Do you want to call that home IP or something?
Yeah.
So you've got 3 drop-down boxes. So select filter type is a top selection, exclude. The second one is a second selection, IP, and then the top selection equal to, and then paste, and then save.
Cool.
So this is going to take that out. And then can you go into view settings, which is just an inch to the left? It's at the top there. That's it.
Yeah.
Want to see? Yeah. So we've linked your Google Ads account there. When I had a look around earlier on, I couldn't see that any of the e-commerce was being pulled through. So when you get your sales, presumably you'll see those in actual analytics themselves. Is that right?
No, I see them. Sorry. I see them in AdWords, or I mean, I have a guy that helps me obviously with our ads.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see the sales here. So this is the only indication. Like basically, we look at it very top down. It's like this is your return on ad spend for the month or whatever. So that's where we see the sales come through.
Where if you can add this to your list of things to do, can you speak to your ads guy and ask him to double check the settings for connection between Google Ads, because it's I can see the sales coming in, but I don't think I can split them in GA, but I'll check that after this session today. There is a couple of things on this screen that we're looking at right now. In the center, you've got currency displayed as US dollar. So can you drop that checkbox down and then type in GB? Yeah. And then where you go, there's a bot filtering. So there's a radio box directly underneath that one, bot filtering exclude. And then, yep, and then hit the blue save at the bottom. Beautiful.
It's going to exclude them from the results, not exclude them from the site, presumably.
That's correct.
Right.
So what we've done now with your IP address is blocked all of yours. So it also would be useful to get your developer's IP address and the Google Ads bloke as well.
Okay.
Because we're recording this, obviously you can go back and you can add these guys at a later date.
Yeah.
So for now, what I will do, I will take over share screen. So you're getting a lot of views here to the funeral thank you card, these kind of things. I mean, it's all well and good having traffic, but do you know that if people are buying from this particular blog post?
No, so this is it, right? So there's part of the noise that I have. So there's two big. The ideal thing that I'd like is a nice report in analytics that shows me my visitors for organic, my visitors for paid, and strips out all the noise. Both of them stripping out the noise. So like blogs, there seems to always be someone sat on a few different blog posts now.
Yeah.
But I don't really care about them at all. They're not relevant to revenue as far as I can see. Yeah, I think they're doing well. They're doing good things in terms of SEO. But so I'd like something that's organic. And so there's blog posts, and then there's, what date range is this?
This is from the 4th of January this year.
So if you scroll down, in fact, they're not going to appear. But there's basically. We had a product like a digital RSVP product.
Yeah.
It was utterlyprintable.com/RSVP/ then the ID of the RSVP.
Yeah.
We now have that routed through a different URL. So we now have a website called rsvp.studio where all the sorry, basically, if you can imagine, what we were doing is we were selling a product where you get a link where someone could like RSVP to it. So someone was buying that off our site and then sending out to anywhere between 10 and 200 people. And then so I was getting 10 to 200 people sort of land on our website over a certain period, looking at that RSVP page. So not interested in any of our products. So there'll be that stopped as of, like January this year. But yeah, so for historical stuff, I need to be able to strip that out.
So that one's, I see. That's why that URL is here, because that is probably down here, so it's not relevant today.
Yeah, and it'll also just be like one address. Sorry, it'll be many addresses rather than one.
Yeah. So is this what you're looking for? So what I've done here, I've stripped out all traffic and I've just said to analytics, I just want paid traffic and organic.
Yes. Well, ideally, I'd like to see paid traffic through the different channels. So like Bing, Google Ads, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.
Right. Okay. So do you do, those are all your channels that you do. Right. Okay. So let's just remove that then. And then see what I can do. So let me just hold this thought while I get my old-fashioned pen and paper out. So
I can see my desk is full of post-it notes.
All channels. So I'm wondering just quickly if I can find that position. Oh, no, I'm going to say that's the wrong one. Source medium. So you've only got Google CPC there. Let's just go for that one for a second. And then take that one off. Okay. 1, 2. Have you got more than 10? Right, okie doke. So this is more like it. So you've got Google, and then you've got the CPC. So you've got paid social there for Facebook, Bing, Facebook again, Facebook again, and then Pinterest at the bottom.
It's a referral, right?
I've put these as referrals just to bunch everything together, just for the sake of this session.
Right.
So the actual, I feel as though that the drill down that you need will take extra work, not something that I want to start. We're spending time on today, because there's lots of other things I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
But yes, it is possible, definitely. But you will probably need somebody to do this in GA4.
Right. Okay.
So it is, you can get it, obviously you can configure this for universal analytics, but of course sundowning is going to start in July, which is just really a couple of months.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to forced to use GA4 anyway.
Okay.
But I've made a note of that. So here, I think it was conversions and then e-commerce. This is what I really would recommend that you do. Is have your e-commerce tracking in, and again that's probably going to be better set up in GA4, because this will then be able to tell you exactly where people came from, which channel they came from, and what they bought, if anything.
Okay, that's great.
Which is better than just having a report and looking at data that's gone past. You can have a look at data that's in real time or from today, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That will enable you to make better marketing decisions in the future.
Okay.
But also what's here as well is in acquisition. This wasn't here when I checked an hour or a couple of hours ago. Now we've connected Search Console. You can actually get this, which is this is my favorite, personal favorite, is Search Console queries. I'm just going to see if I can quickly find mine for you. So not the GA4. So for me, acquisition in Search Console and queries. So this is the kind of report that you'll get.
Right.
So you can tell which search phrases I've targeted for me. So number one is SEO freelancer, Google correlate freelancer, and then my brand name at the bottom. With you, your brand name is actually the number one source of traffic, organic traffic to your website.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, so but the good news is that you've got some that's already ranking anyway. So to these here, do you want to add any others that you want to target for SEO?
Well, yeah, I mean, there are tons that I target. Like we've got quite a few products, and there's some within that. It's just like these are our main drivers. So I thought it was just for in terms of. I mean, do you need them all now for a specific
No,
reason?
not at all. I was going to use it as like a teaching aid if you wanted something that's brand new, that's not on the phrases here. You said that you keep track of your phrases. Is that using a tool or a simple spreadsheet or?
Well, so I keep tracking them in the sense that I check in on them every now and then on Google Search Console. So it's, I mean, which I was actually going to ask, like you've given so in there you have the page 1, position 9 or position 5. Google Console has them as like quite different locations or quite different positions.
Yeah, I mean, these are all American tools. So there always is going to be a couple of spots of difference. So if I do funeral order of service and then go to some incognito here. So I've got dignity, yeah. So is this where you is this one of your landing pages that you're sponsoring with Google Ads?
So it is, yeah. There was an advert at the top of the page. It just came up. I
think what put me off this page is that you're not telling me what to do. It's all very much megaphone. Welcome to our collection. We have put together this, that, the other. I think it would be useful if you actually told people and said that this is where you use our online design tool. You can use our templates here. design it, print it, choose it, your quantity, and then, order it today. So kind of like a call to action text.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a big fan of getting as much text on the page as possible, which is basically what I've tried to do here. So it's getting as much content, keyword related content into the page. So I mean, I'm hoping, because the fold, like if you go rid of the cookie notice, the top of the gallery does sit above the fold. So I'm hoping that people will just ignore the text anyway and scroll down.
That's right. And a lot of, they won't read it. But I think this introduction thing, I didn't read this earlier on.
No.
And also it's well written, but it's too flowery. To get started, simplifying the order of design, I would just cut all of that and then choose the order of design. People have like 4-second attention spans. If you don't impress people in 4 seconds, they're going to digress.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take you through to the home page. So in terms of this, if you have a look at the page source and then look for your H1, your H1 is your most important H1 out of every single web page, because it's on your home page. And you've got personalized stationery made easy. So going back to these here, we got page 1, position 5 for order of service funeral. 85% of traffic goes to the top 3 on Google page 1. So you're just outside the 85% stream of traffic. In my case, when I was Google page 1, position 9 for SEO Freelancer UK, I was getting maybe 1 inquiry a week, which was grand, because before I get 1 inquiry a month. So suddenly I've got like 4 inquiries a month. Getting the top 3, you're looking at 20 to 30 inquiries a month. Or in your case, that would equate to purchases. So by changing some very easy things to do, like your personalized station made easy, you can add that as descriptive text underneath your H1. But if you're saying that these order of service related products, these are the ones that you should be choosing to spend on your H1 characters. So you said, so that's it there. That's your H1. Got you. Right. Okay. That's cool. And then going back to that, if we have a look at the H2.
I mean, to be honest with you, Nina, like I'm relatively happy with how things are set up in this respect. Like I have sort of done it myself, and I think it's historically worked pretty well. The reason I'm getting a little skittish is just because we've had some issues this year. Like, so revenue is currently tracking below where it was this time last year.
Yeah,
a little bit of reduction in ad spend, but what I'm really keen to work out is, has my account, so we had the cooling system where the server sits failed, and the site was down for a few days, for like a half day. So, and we clearly got a bot come around during that time. And then after that, we had an issue with our caching. So pages were loading a lot slower, which is obviously a ranking factor. So things, I mean, if you go to our search Google console.
Oh, wrong one.
And then the full, can you see, if you go to utterlyprintable one.
It's going to be low down in the alphabet, isn't it?
So full report.
Sorry, I didn't know what you said.
So on the performance, if you go to the full report.
Oh, right. What I'm sorry, page experience?
On the top right, so right of performance there.
What, this one?
Below it, full report.
Oh, full report, sorry.
No worries. So then if you go to scroll down to the queries. And then go to top impression, search filter by impressions. Then for example, so say wedding thank you cards at the top there is very important for us. If you look at the app, if you could turn on average positions.
Crikey me, it's been quite a while since I've been here. Where are you?
Scroll up at the right there, above 20.1. So if you click on the end, sorry, if you put the date range to last 16 months.
Yeah.
So you can see there that there's Christmas, the first big dip.
Yeah.
So that's Christmas, fine. And then normally it comes back out of that and it just grows throughout the year.
Yeah.
Or in the summer, because we're driven by wedding products. But you can see there on Jan 25th-ish. That's when the server went down, and then throughout Feb there was a caching issue on the site.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see how much that has impacted sales and our funnel. But what I'm trying to work out is like what damage that has actually done, which is why I'm really keen to get these reports done for like looking at our organic traffic. Yeah, because I'm just a bit worried, or I'm keen to see if there's anything else that could be causing.
Yeah, you're right to be worried. Google's just finished a 13-day quality content algorithm update, which impacted myself. I've been Google page 1 since 2018 for SEO Freelancer UK at the top.
Right.
I'm now fluctuating between position 2 and position 3.
Right.
I haven't done any different changes at all. The only thing that I haven't done in terms of what I should be doing is that I haven't had time because obviously pandemic is outdate. My domain's 15 years old. So a lot of my blog posts from 2014, 2016, 20, they are out of date. They're offering incorrect or outdated information.
Right.
What I've had to go through is to go through my old ones and handwrite new up-to-date blogs or correct outdated information in line with search quality. It's just like therapists have their own therapists. So if you've got, I'm an SEO, if I think that, oh, am I on the right track for this? I will go to my network of older people, and I'm 52, and the people that I've known for 20 years, and I'll say, look, hands up, I've tried X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to faff around anymore. Can any of you guys say, look, I think it's this particular thing that's doing it. Am I right? Am I wrong? And I paid somebody just before the Christmas break to have a look, technical SEO, and he went, it's your search quality. And I said that. And he says, yeah, but you paid me to tell you. So it's not that this is something that I believe in is true. It's something that SEOs always ask other SEO circles as well.
So what do you mean by search quality? So it's just out-of-date content, or it's
out-of-date content, or content that is lacking in terms of keeping people on site. And that PDF that I showed you, that will be in my home folder. Sent it to you. Did I send it to you on People Per Hour?
Yes, I think so. No, you emailed it to me, didn't you? Maybe both.
There we go. Because it's the time on site. The longer people are going to be on your site, so it's how you write the content. So you're saying, yeah, okay, I'm writing it for SEO. I understand it's going to be above the fold. I'm using my keywords and stuff like that. But you're missing the crucial aspect of, if you've just dumping text on a page, people aren't going to be enamored to get out the wallet and pay for it if you don't give them clear instructions within a very, very short time frame. A lot of people on the internet are stupid people. They're fickle. They're members of the general public. They come through from Google Ads. So this one is great. This one here, obviously your homepage, the average people that are going there, they'll go through 6 pages of your website. But when they go to your messages to write in your card, that's not converting at all, because people are there just over 30 seconds. So this is the data that you should improve on, because dwell time is another Google ranking factor. So you're right to say about site speed, you're right to say about on-page SEO content, but there is also a very, very big thing. I saw a dwell time last week of 6 minutes. Obviously 8 minutes is my account, but anything above 2 minutes is going to be absolutely fantastic, like really, really well. I mean, this one here, RSVP service, is that the one that you're still doing online?
No, this is the new version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is people putting together a
Yeah.
nice.
I just feel as though that you are a very good at what you've done. Information service. You're telling people what you do. And I'd say that much the same as my blog, as I give a lot of DIY and screenshots and step-by-step people that can't afford to hire. But I feel as though is that your site is being used by people as an information source and they're not particularly buying.
But I mean, I'm getting plenty of sales. It's just not getting as many sales as it was last year, and it's because of that blip in March. In January, that I'm worried about.
And the other thing I need to ask, we did the linking between Search Console and Analytics.
Yeah.
Has that ever been done before?
I think it has, but I can't remember, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
We've had quite a lot of freelancers over the years.
Yeah, because I would say to you, don't make any trigger decisions this week. Let the site settle. After all, we're only on Tuesday of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use the inspect URL at all?
For page insights, yes.
No, just to say that we've created a new article or a new blog post, or we've updated a product. So to ask Google to search for a specific URL and then to have a look at it and say, well, it's been changed. So let's have a look at full range of products, and I'll just grab that URL. And in there is to do that. And then here it requests indexing, which takes another couple of seconds. So now you've linked your Search Console again with Google Analytics. I actually think that this will make a difference. It will make a noticeable difference. I'm not saying it's going to be cure-all by any means. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be the cure-all. If you've had some blip in the past, 6 months that has unlinked your Search Console from that, it could be that. But also, I'm guessing now what we'll do next, I'll ask you to share screen again, is that we'll go through into GA4 and we'll link your GA4 to Search Console as well. So we'll create the circle of life.
So the GA4 is the thing replacing Google Analytics, current Google Analytics, right? I feel like I need my dev to do that. Because there are some specific points where they need to be installing. It's basically like installing a pixel, isn't it?
No, it's just what we've done here. And everybody can do it. You'd be safe.
Right. Okay.
No, there's no extra injections of anything.
Okay.
So if I just do stop share. And the other thing is that when you are investigating a traffic drop, be sure if you're going to do some tasks, do them spaced out at least within a week of each other. So, for example, last year I went through early December, I just double checked my old disavow. And I actually deleted my disavow. I left it for a couple of weeks. Nothing had changed. So I'd had a look at the old disavow, refreshed it, added some new things that I'd found in SEMrush, uploaded that, didn't make any difference. Had a little play with my homepage, some blog posts and what have you. And that's when I saw that I'd got all of these out-of-date blog posts, and in using the inspect tool, I saw that a lot of them were grey and not crawled at all, whereas you had the green ticks there.
Okay, so they have been crawled.
Yeah, so they have been crawled, but I'd suffered the fact that because I'd got a low traffic count and these blogs weren't ranking like they used to do in 2016 and 2015, is that Google didn't feel as though that they were worth indexing them. And so my pagination dropped, even though I got the same amount of URLs on site. Yeah.
I mean, I have some relatively old blog posts, but they're not too bad and they're performing well. And I'm putting up new content for our core products today or tomorrow, like a load of new content, which I think will be good. But yeah, I mean, really, like I say, what I'm really keen to work out is what has happened to my organic traffic. Like I can't work out from the noise what's actually happening, because I've got blog posts and old RSVP like visitors and all these things, and I've got ad content. I can't really see what's happening.
It's concerning that you think you're doing everything right and you think there's going to be one single thing that might be the light bulb moment.
It's not even that. Like I feel like I know what the fixes would be. Like, we put Cloudflare onto our page and we've sorted out the cache problem, and like the page is loading well and it's loading fine, and we've looked at page insights and all the way we're serving our content, and like, last contentful paint, and the amount the page moves when someone opens it. Like, we're all good on that respect. It's just for me trying to diagnose where things, in what direction things are moving.
Yeah, well, if it's
And
not
the only way I can.
You've solved all the technical issues, and I've checked your G-matrix score. That's absolutely fine as well. There's nothing technical that's holding you back, which leaves on-page SEO.
Well, the one thing I want to check first is, because I've made a load of changes since we've had these issues, is what direction is my organic traffic going? And like, I want to like be able to compare it to last year to see if there's like a deeper problem with the company or our product offering or anything like that, like our design, something. So yeah, what I really want to get done is get a report made that does strip out the blog pages and the RSVP pages. That's the main thing I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've got a handle on everything else. And as you say, like, there's no big red flags anywhere as far as I can see.
So let's just pull this back. So which if you want to do a 6 months, or well, you can't really do 6 months this year, which two direct so did you want to do a setting for, let's just say, 3 weeks from this year, from 3 weeks of the same month last year?
In what respect? In comparing data?
In terms of the comparison.
What I'd quite like is just to have it set up, and then I can play with date ranges, later on this week. I can't actually see your screen anymore, Nina.
Oh, good spot. Thank you very much. So what I've done here, I've done with the landing pages.
Right.
And I've pulled it back January to April this year, and then you can see I've compared it to next year.
Yep.
And so the down pages per session has gone down. Bounce rate's gone up to 62. It's not 10%. It's not really that sure. 2 minutes to 3, down a little bit on that. I mean, I've seen worse figures. But this one here, look. So you weren't getting that amount last year, but that one is showing incredibly well. That one's not too bad.
But I mean, honestly, I really don't care about my blog posts at all. Like, they're there in the background with nice keywords, and they're linked. I've got a nice link structure across the site.
Yeah.
But honestly, in terms of ranking, they're just noise. I'm really not interested in them.
So the thing is that Google Analytics, you can't drill down between a blog post and an actual evergreen page like a product. It will just show you the URLs.
Okay, well, are you able to do it so only URLs that start with products / products are included? Or yeah.
How's that?
I just checked something. So yeah, all page, any page that starts with products.
Yeah.
It's useful.
Okay, so if I just take a screenshot of this, use that as some inspiration for moving on. So this is the kind of report that you want. So did you want this to be reported on a weekly basis?
No, I just like to be able to access it and play around with it myself.
Right.
When is it like reports in Google Ads, or not Google Ads? Yeah, they have reports in analytics, don't they? You can just save them down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you looked at that, there was quite a substantial decrease in organic sales relative to last year, wasn't there? Organic visits.
Yeah, so the previous report said it was minus 32%.
What year? So the year amount of organic visitors.
One sec. Right, this is something that I'm going to do when we've had the call, because I don't want to waste your minutes that you're paying me for me to get stuck in an endless loop in analytics. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure thing.
Right. So there's that. And then, so if I add that to a custom, have you got any custom reports at the minute?
There might be some in there just on spend and stuff. No.
You've got the generic ones there. But it might be worthwhile having a chat with your developer guy as well, because what I'm fearful of is that we can set up all these reports now in Universal, and then that's all the reporting and the sundowning is going to start in a few months. And so you'll really need that in GA4.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need it before then, just to have a look at. I need to be able to see this stuff in the next week.
Right.
Really.
Yeah. Okay then. So that report that I generated just then, site content, landing pages. Let's compare to previous year. And then we'll do products. That one. Just give that 25. Right, one sec. So just for the minute, I'm going to send you that every day. So when you get that, you can then do that. But in the meantime, what we will need to do is to get you a customized dashboard. So if you're happy with this is one thing that I can add to the customized dashboard. What other reports would you like adding to that?
So organic visitors, but then on like different product, like for 3 or 4 different product types. So products / and then I can send you a list of them.
Okay. Is that what you were expecting?
Sorry, what have you done there?
So I've got products again.
Yeah.
I've stripped out all traffic, selected organic traffic only.
Okay.
And then we've got the same year-on-year comparison for 4 months.
Yeah, I mean, really, I want to be able to play around with this myself, but I feel like I can have a look now. I can see what you're doing.
Yeah, and also this is recorded, so you can go step by step as well.
Yeah, but you can see the what I'm talking about there, right? I mean, there's such a gap between the organic. Yeah, so I mean, we're trying to work out what scores that is pretty difficult.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the top one. So what content, or how has this changed as, oh, you've missed an end there.
Yeah. It hasn't changed since the comparison, really.
Okay, right, okay. And the other thing I need to ask for is that, do you know what an alt tag is?
Yeah.
Okay, so these here, I believe that these, I'm not sure whether these are H1s. So what I did spot earlier on is I think you've got something called dusty pink or something or other. So that if we go to this one, if I do cite, where was the print one, the pink one?
So what are you trying to find, Ines?
I'm trying to illustrate how Google sees your product before anybody, including a visitor, goes to your website, but what we're looking for. I remember this one, so I know I'm close now. But in terms of on-page SEO, I think there's some elements that I know that you're saying about the reports, so you want to find what's wrong. But in this one, for example, wedding order of the, I'm sure that this is the rogue thing here, white on blue polka dots.
That's
Is it
the design name.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And it also, it's the design plus the color. But the products are getting picked up in search, but also when these here look, I'm sure that these are H2s. H2s, yeah. So Google is getting confused by all of these because you've got wedding order of service, but all of the names here are all H2s on the page. So this is giving conflicting information, is that Google is expecting to see something to do with wedding. And you've got wedding wreath in there, which is fine. But like rose ceiling is this with an important HTML H2 indicator is not really going to help your on-page SEO. So you've got your on-page SEO here. But the alt tags, these really should be used with wedding order of service first and navy blue classic at the end of it. Can you, if I ask you to share, can you walk me through your alt tags? Because this is going to be a good one to do.
I think I've done the vast majority of alt tags for these products, I think. Yeah, I can share my screen.
Wicked, thank you. So there's I narrow it down to 10 aspects of an on-page SEO. That includes your H1, your H2, but also the internal linking to other pages on your website. So from what I can see from that product landing page, there isn't any internal linking. I'm also wondering whether Search Console is going to flag up that the text is too small to read, because I find it quite small.
Where are you seeing lack of linking?
On the SEO text at the bottom and the top of that particular landing page.
This page, for example.
I think you've got me on the wrong monitor. There you go.
You can see me, right? This
I
page.
can see you now. So if you go back.
To the gallery page.
Yes.
Yeah.
There. So the text at the top there and the text at the bottom there.
Yeah.
Are there internal links in that content there?
Yes. I think there might be some in some of them.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to be linking away from these pages so much.
No, but if you're going to do an internal linking one, you do it open up in a new window, so you don't make people leave the particular page. It just opens up in a new tab.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. No, I don't think there's a huge amount of there's some linking here, which doesn't open in a new tab. But
yeah. So that is the other thing. And can you go through your alt tags now? I can see the spreadsheet, which is looking juicy.
Yeah, so I mean, for every image, we've SEO'd the file names.
Yeah.
There's the gallery image, which is what you're seeing there. So a birth announcement called blah blah blah. It's a design and square format, size it there. The first card, room for 3 photos.
Yeah.
Then there's a gallery image title, which is actually displayed. There is and then for the smaller version of that image, that has a different file name and then different alt tag. So yeah, we're pretty well catered
Chris,
for.
I am going to give you a 10 out of 10 for that. And I have to say is that probably in the last 3 years of me having consultations, I've never seen anybody have incredibly spot on alt tags ever. It's so rare.
Yeah, it's a very like image based product though.
Exactly.
Yeah, but this is why it's frustrating to see like the drop off or the relative to last year. Like I don't know. I'm hoping it is just the crash of the server and cache issue being off for a few days.
I think you're right. I've got a feeling because there is nothing technically that's holding you back. You've resolved everything. Today we've just linked Search Console and Analytics. We can see that there's up to a 38% drop in organic traffic revenue or numbers year on year from 2022. So it's very concerning, and also that you're bolstering up all of these with your Google Ads. In terms of which the landing pages that you're using, are they going to be your WooCommerce product pages?
For ads, no, the landing pages are, well, we're doing some Google Shopping, but these are the landing pages, so the multiple products. So
Yeah,
a big driver is
yeah.
thank you cards.
So yeah, so if you with Google Ads, I said earlier on about the 4-second rule to impress or digress. With Google Ads, it can be as low as 1.5 or even half a second if you don't grab people's attention. So to have a page that appeals to both paid traffic and organic traffic, it's not always possible. And again, we're not talking about SEO now, we're talking about Google Ads. But the same thing applies, is that surely you offer a free shipping deal on something.
Look, we do and stuff. I mean, and I've got a desk full of to do things to improve it. It's just, I mean, we weren't doing that stuff here when we were performing well, and we are. Yeah, so what I'm concerned about, I'm more in triage at the moment, where I'm trying to work out how to bring it back to a decent review. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to do in that respect.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at, I think.
Okay. And it is tricky because it's somebody's livelihood that's on the table here. It's your revenue that's coming in. It's very concerning. This is the stuff that pays your mortgage.
Yeah, exactly. So
you've enjoyed a good success. So in terms of all the issues that you're talking about, the caching and so, where the site was offline for half a day, when was all of that resolved, in terms, if you can pop back to your Search Console screen and then go back to that, the yellow, yes. So whereabouts on that was everything resolved?
So the server was resolved. So say it went down there on January 25th, it was back up half a day later.
Yeah.
I think it started coming back maybe, but then there was an issue from around here.
Yeah.
We pushed some work live and the cache system wasn't properly turned back on.
Yeah.
But then it has turned back. It was turned back on and it's sort of come back up, but it sort of faltered around there. But the thing I don't understand with Search Console in particular, right? So I use it to, frequently to see where we're ranking. I don't understand why are my ad positions in here? Are ad positions counted in this figure? Why does everything, if I look historically, it always goes down at Christmas? It's not like my rankings drop out, or why does Google think that my rankings are dropping at Christmas? I mean, I have fewer customers at Christmas time because we don't offer really many Christmas products. Exactly. It's more wedding drivers. So I don't understand why it goes down at this point.
It's your volume of traffic. I mean, it's exactly the same with my website. Nobody's searching online to buy SEO on Christmas Day, so you're not going to get visitors.
But this isn't a volume. This isn't like a number of sessions figure. This is my average position. So why does the volume of traffic for a product impact how I rank? Am I who's number one at Christmas? Like, who's selling wedding thank you cards at Christmas when no one's buying Christmas thank you cards is ranking number one? Do you know what I mean?
That's a great question. I'm going to have to investigate that. I say to my clients, if you can ask me a question that no one else has ever asked in my career, I'll send you a chocolate through the post. I'm going to send you some chocolate through the post because I've never been asked that question before.
It feels like quite an important question though, right? I mean, if I'm trying to work out
to you.
yeah, I mean, but like I just don't really know what's going on. I mean, is it
Yeah.
because then you're like, okay, well, is it a cost of living thing? Are people spending less money, or is it if I adjust my ad spend, is that reflected in here?
I think all of the answers that you've just said. And in terms of Valentine's cards, do you have anything to do with Valentine's cards on your website?
No, not yet, but we're launching like a Funky Pigeon sort of offering pretty soon. So yeah.
Head on over, just have a look at your site maps and see when's the last time they were crawled.
Yeah, where do I do that?
Oh, so where you are now, yeah. Let's have a look at the date. Okay, April the 4th, so April the 2nd.
I haven't updated these in ages. I should probably do that.
You don't need to. If you just click into it with your mouse, and then I want you to, with your mouse, can you just actually grab the URL that's shown at the top? Not that one. Yeah, that's the fella. Do that one. Copy that and then go back in Search Console.
Oh, in Search Console, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so just go back a page to your main sitemaps and then just paste it there. So basically just resubmitting it.
Oh no, but I don't know if I haven't actually updated my sitemap that I've submitted them. So I haven't updated it on my website.
No, it doesn't matter. At this point, you can do that. I don't update my sitemap at all. In fact, you don't need a sitemap, really. There's some SEOs that and this, the old buggers that are 60 and 70. One of them is absolutely adamant he's never had a sitemap in his life. And and that's that. And there's mutterings on Twitter and online if you want to Google that. It isn't actually that necessary. And WordPress do their own sitemaps now. But what you can do is that in your can you show me a blog in your back end, please?
A blog?
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want to go to any of your posts, I will need to see it in the back end.
You can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. In the back end of the website.
Yeah. Because I call it the Martin McFly Back to the Future SEO. If you've been publishing blogs but haven't got one of the couple of massive rank factors deployed on them, posts.
Okay.
Right, there you go. Author tag. Right, this is I'm gonna swap now. Just bear with me 1 sec. I'm just going to